Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing good. Welcome to another video, and today I'm very excited for this one. We are talking about Christmas presents. As a magician myself, I know that magicians are not always the easiest people to buy Christmas presents for. Sometimes you just have no idea what to get them. But fear not, because in this video I'm here to help. I have created a gift guide for magicians of things that magicians might like to unwrap on Christmas Day. I've tried to select a load of different things. We've got some playing cards, we've got some magic, right the way from beginner through to expert stuff, and a lot of different price ranges as well. We've got some cheap sort of stocking filler type gifts and some really big expensive stuff that you might want to splash out on, whether it's a friend or a family member who's a magician, or maybe you just want to treat yourself, because that's quite good to do every so often. Bit of self-love, buy yourself something this Christmas. Hopefully I've got something for everyone here. So we're gonna kick this off with some playing cards, because I don't think you can go wrong with playing cards. Such a nice thing to unwrap on Christmas Day, often very affordable, and there's so many different options now. The playing card industry is massive. Again, this is just a hand-picked selection of some gifts. This isn't a comprehensive list of everything you can buy, because that would take all day. These are just some favorites, but let me know in the comments what your gift guide would be. And we're gonna kick this list off with the James Bond playing cards by Theory 11. Everything I mention in this video, by the way, is linked down in the description if you want to take a closer look and maybe pick some up. I don't know, it's up to you, but the James Bond playing cards, if you know a James Bond fan or a film fan, this is the perfect present. James Bond is such a legacy in terms of film, and these cards really pay homage to that. Is it homage or homage? Never known how to say that word. So many great references, really great design, and I don't think you can go wrong with the James Bond cards. I don't think you can go wrong with Theory 11, in fact. I think all of their cards, I think their quality is just so consistent. And up next is another Theory 11 deck. We have the Beatles playing cards. If you know a Beatles fan, wow, I can imagine these cards being like on a shelf in their office with like vinyl records and Beatles memorabilia. That would be great. So if you know someone who's into the Beatles, these are a must-have. And there's 4 different options with these. So if you want to pick their favorite color or maybe splash out on all 4, the option is available, and these cards look divine. I don't have them myself, but they look amazing. And talking of cards that I don't have, up next is the Harry Potter playing cards, again from Theory 11. This is the last Theory 11 deck in this video, I promise. But the Harry Potter playing cards launched recently. At the time I'm recording, they're on the way. They should be in the post, and when they arrive, I've got all 4. I'm gonna do a review video very, very soon, so stay tuned for that. I can't wait to look at these in person, the Harry Potter cards. I'm a big Harry Potter fan, and yeah, these look amazing. Next up, we have the first V4 playing cards. These are cards by the YouTuber Chris Ramsey. So if you know someone who's a fan of Chris Ramsey, then these cards, you can't go wrong with them. The first V4 cards are a sort of NASA-style inspired cards, very, very space-themed. Next up is a deck that I think has a really, really fun design. These are the Ketchup and Fries playing cards, and the design on these are very, very displayable and a real conversation starter. So fun and quirky. Yeah, the Ketchup and Fries deck I think is a great one to look out for. So those are the playing cards complete. Again, highly recommend all of those, but now we're gonna work our way through the magic tricks. I've separated the tricks into different price categories. We're gonna move through them, getting more expensive each time until the big ones at the end, the most expensive ones that I highly recommend, but they do cost that little bit of extra wonga. So starting with the cheapest stuff, I've chosen just a couple of things here that are under £5. And these are loaded dice, which I think is just a nice add-on if you're into gambling magic, or you can just construct a really nice routine around loaded dice. They're just a nice thing to have. And I've also gone for Gozinta. It's called Gozinta. It's a really nice trick. I actually performed it on Omegle. It's really, really visual, completely examinable, and just a miracle. I mean, spectators love this trick. Both of those are just simple gimmicks, simple nice things that even if they already have, it's just a nice thing to have more of. The next thing is the £5 to £15 category, and I've gone for 3 things that I think work really, really well together, and especially for a beginner magician, these are staples. These are just must-haves, and I love these decks because they are gimmicked decks. I've gone for the Svengali deck, the Stripper deck, and the Invisible deck. They're pretty easy to do as well, so if you are a beginner, doesn't really require too much sleight of hand or work. The Stripper deck is probably the hardest, but the other two, are pretty much self-working and they're really, really powerful. In fact, I did a whole masterclass on the Svengali deck by itself because I love it that much and it has so many uses. I've even taught tricks here on the channel that use the Svengali deck. I think it's really, really worth it. So if you want to pick just one of those, go for the Svengali deck, but the others are really, really powerful as well. Next up, we have the £15 to £35 category, and in this, I've just sort of written magic books, because I don't think, and forgive me if I'm wrong here, but I don't think buying a magic book for a magician is ever a risk. So then I was thinking, how can I pick a magic book that serves a multitude of abilities? So I've gone for a series of books. I've gone for Card College, because volume 1 is pretty much just like the essentials, the basics, the stuff that, I mean, still, I love reading it because I think there's some really important stuff in there, so even an expert can get something from it, but Card College volume 1 is so sort of essential, and then Card College volume 2 just sort of builds on it. There's a bit more presentation and misdirection, psychology, and gradually, as you go through the volumes, it becomes more and more advanced. So yeah, I recommend Card College. That is my knowledge that I thrust onto you. Thrust? That was a horrible... Why did I say thrust? I feel dirty having said that. I apologise. Now we're heading into the £35 to £60 category. This is where stuff becomes a little bit more expensive, so if you want to, you know, splash out on something that's worth just that little bit more, starting with Real Man's Wallet. It's called Real Man's Wallet. The worst thing about it is the fact that it's called Real Man's Wallet. Ignore the name of it, the actual product is fantastic. It is a card-to-wallet wallet. I used it for many, many years. It never let me down. It is so easy to do, so powerful, and it can be used as an everyday wallet. So if you want to get a wallet for a magician that you know, I recommend Real Man's Wallet. I can already hear the comment section recommending 1,000 different wallets, and that's okay because I know that there are so many and so many do different things, and everyone has their preferred wallet. That's why there are so many. But for me personally, I think the Real Man's Wallet is just such a basic, essential wallet, and yet it's really well made. The quality on it is great, and it serves a function I think a magician will really, really enjoy. Next up on the list, I've gone for something a little bit more beginner, but a little bit more expensive. So it's a good beginner set. It is the Evolution Magic Set. The Evolution Magic Set. I think that's how you say it. This is a magic set by the world champion Shin, who is obviously an incredible magician, and he's created this magic set that is a beginner set. It is a beginner set, but it's a good beginner set. It really sort of steps up the bar for magic kits, especially beginner stuff. There's a couple of dud tricks from the stuff that I've read about it, but most of it is really, really solid material. And if you want to get someone into magic or a little bit further into magic, if they're already starting out, this is a good set to go for. Next up on the list is an advanced one, a more advanced one. It's If an Octopus Could Palm by Dan and Dave. This is a book by Dan and Dave, and it's all about palming. And it's just, yeah, it's a work of art. It's great. Moving into the most expensive category, these products are worth a lot of money, but if you do get them, magicians will absolutely love these items. The first one is How to Read Minds Kit. Bit controversial, I know, it's a product by Illusionist, but I really, really recommend the How to Read Minds kit. Note that I'm saying how to read minds, not how to control minds. It is fantastic. There is stuff in there that ended up in my professional repertoire, and I can't recommend it enough. It is quite easy. Some of the stuff in there is, you know, beginner level, but I say that very, very cautiously. I do think that it's an intermediate product and above. Some of the stuff in there, I think, could be done by a beginner, but would have to be done very, very well. So I'm not going to disregard it. If you are a beginner, you can get it, but you're just going to have to do a little bit of extra work. The next one is Shin Lim's Dream Act. Not only are there props included in this set that do incredible tricks, but the instructions are so detailed, so in-depth, and there's some really, really great knowledge. It is, of course, a breakdown of Shin Lim's Dream Act, believe it or not, the thing that fooled Penn and Teller, won a bunch of awards. Yeah, it's high-level magic, but it's definitely worth it. Although that is the majority of the list, and I've spoken about all of the individual products, I do want to mention memberships, because there's a lot of magic products on this list at the moment, and I actually tend to be quite nervous of magic products. I don't really buy them that often, and I can't really remember the last one that I bought, because they're very hit and miss. The stuff that I've listed in this list, in my opinion, is very, very good. It's just a sort of sad fact that a lot of magic products aren't very good, that they've been advertised wrongly, that the gimmicks are low quality, that the instructions are no better than a YouTube tutorial you can find for free now, and you're having to pay a lot for very little. Sometimes individual magic products, like we've seen on this list, can be £35, although I don't think there's any individual tricks on this list that are that expensive. This is commonplace in the magic community. For a single effect to be marketed at £25 or £35, which in my mind is just way too much. For one trick, that is way too much, which is why I've recommended a lot of books on this list for that price, because I think that that is far better value. Getting a whole book, like Card College, for what is it, £35 or whatever? Card College is a big volume full of tricks, and there's gonna be something in there that you want to perform. But one single effect for £35? Well, if it's not any good, you've wasted £35. But another way that magic can be worth the money is through memberships. So a couple of memberships that I really recommend, again, these are linked in the description. Mealing's membership is £20 a month, used to be £10, it's gone up to £20, but there are more than 100 items on there currently, and it's really good material, taught by someone who is very well respected in the magic community, and that is Ollie Mealing, so you're gonna get very good stuff there. I was a member of Mealing's membership, and I think it is fantastic. The next one I recommend is Magic Stream, which is sort of branded as the Netflix for magic, which I guess is kind of accurate. It is created by Illusionist, but there are so many creators on there, a bunch of magicians all teaching different things. So if you don't want magic from just one person, like Mealing's membership, then I think this is more your style, because there's a bunch of different tricks and styles on there. The last one I want to talk about in this video is a bit of self-promotion, apologies. It is my own membership, The Magician Club, which is a fast-growing membership over on Patreon. The reason it's on Patreon is so it can be as cheap as it is. It is currently $5 a month. The Jack tier is $5 a month, and it gets you 60 plus tutorials full of information. There are hour-long masterclasses, lectures, vlogs, books. There's a whole 235-page magic book, actually, that as soon as you join, you can download and read. So if that doesn't tempt you, I don't know what does. You can head over to themagician.club. It is aiming to be the best value membership in magic. That is always what I'm trying to do, and the price won't change. It's always $5 a month, and you can actually save, I think, 10% when you join annually. So yeah, if you want to join for a year and get access to all of the material that's constantly added, head over to themagician.club, sign up today. I think that is it for this video. This has been a gift guide for magicians in 2021. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And again, if you think there's something that's an absolute must-have for magicians, then let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button down below on your way out. That really does help me out, and it means that more people can see this video. And if you are new to the channel and you made it to this point of the video and had a good time, make sure to subscribe, stick around, and if you like anything to do with magic, I'm sure you'll like my channel. I think that's everything, so I'll see you